1 second, I'll get the water, it's behind you. Oh yes, please. Are you as exhausted as I am? Yeah. That event was beyond anything. Okay. Hold on, let me adjust my seat. Yeah, it was a really good idea to take a moment to cool off before going to bed. Oh, sorry. Do you still have that headache? Okay. I'll be really, really quiet then. Yeah? There you go. Nice, refreshing water. I swear you don't even want to know what time it is. Do you see that? Do you? It's light out, which means it's almost bedtime. Yeah. Yeah, we should definitely do that again sometime. I know, I had a great time. Not too long before we get ready for bed, yeah. See, my neighbors are already getting up. I hope they don't bother you too much. So, what did you want to ask me? How about the book? Yeah. I got it right here. Oh, I was gifted this recently. I know it's something that you're interested in. Horoscopes. Exercise the monsters within and unleash the scary side of your sun sign by Stella Hyde. I haven't had a look at it myself, but embrace your inner monster. An evil gleam in your eye, a hunger for flesh. You recognize the signs, even if you try to deny it. You've always known there was something amiss. You were right. It's your inner monster, and Stella Hyde, the best-selling author of Dark Side Zodiac, is here to help you identify the beast inside. If you're an Aries, you're acquainted with the ram. If you're a Pisces, you're all about fish. But your sign isn't always so nice. That ram can turn demon faster than you think, and a Pisces werewolf is more like a piranha than Nemo. Sounds quite bizarre to me. Investigate the scary side of your sun sign with Stella Hyde as you learn how your monster behaves at work, how your monster fares in love, and how to tame your monster if you wanted to. Demon, werewolf, ghost, or vampire, discover the monster within you and that of those you love, hate, lust after, or wish to destroy. Suspense. It's full of suspense. Shall we have a look? looks like my floors. But yeah. Except on my floors, that's paint. Yeah. One time, my girlfriend took a picture of my cat, right? And he was right on that spot in my living room where those red driplets are, and it looks like blood. And she showed the photos around to her acquaintances, and they were like, "Oh my god, is the cat okay? There's blood, there's blood." And she's like, "Oh no, that's paint. It's okay. She's an artist." It looks super interesting if you ask me. The introduction. We've all got monsters within. Otherwise, we would all behave better and the world would be a wonderful place. But to call them all demons is just lazy. What is that ravening beast that bursts from your guts and savages whatever it sees when you are, say, crossed in love, overlooked for a promotion, held up in line, disrespected, or just feeling mean, ornery, or bored? You could spend months of precious time and truckloads of cash and therapy wrestling with the horror within. But before you do that, why not take a look at your sun sign? Before we get going, don't expect a named monster. As all astro fans know, sun sign astrology is kind of broad scale. Rams, for example, are all born between March 21st and April 20th. But to hone things down to the individual lovable areas that is you in particular, all sorts of variables come into play to add refinements and rococo flourishes, rising signs, moon placement, planetary aspects and angles, conjunctions, oppositions, sextiles, trines, nodes. Getting a bit astro-teca here, so you will just have to take my word for it, and it's the same on the monstrous dark side. So now I cannot ID your personal monsters, Zool, the Kraken, Nosferatu, insert monster of your choice here, or specify which of the Twilight crew you are, but I can tell you which one of the 4 major monster tribes you belong to. Demon, vampire, ghost, a werewolf. It's all to do with elements and energies, and you can read all about it on pages 8 to 9. So what are you going to do when you have identified your monster? Well, that's up to you, but I have to point out that neither I, nor the publishers, nor anyone who has had anything to do with the book can be held responsible in any way. Well, that's a scary disclaimer right there. But it's well made. I mean, some disclaimers I see out there, especially on YouTube, are just kind of ridiculous, don't you think? I know. I can't stand it when they spend like the first 5 minutes of the video saying things like, "I'm sorry if I offend anyone, I didn't mean it in this way instead of it in that way, and I'm sorry if you guys are offended by what I'm about to say, it's just my personal opinion, I hope you can understand where I come from," and it's just like, please stop apologizing for who you are. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey Leo. My cat is stalking you right now. He's right behind. Do you want to chill out with us? Hey Leo baby. Yeah. Oh, I love you too. Yeah, there's a free spot right there. If you would have a seat. Yes, that's okay. Here. I have a little petting Keep your dirty jokes to yourself. We've had enough of them tonight, don't you think? Aw, he left again. Yeah, he can never make up his mind. He's going to eat something. So, which one of the signs should we have a look at? Okay, let's start with Aries then. Because that happens to be me. Aries, the demon fire starter. You are a cardinal fire sign. Of all the zodiacal elemental energy combos, this is the no-brainer. Cardinal signs lead, which in a good way is a great relief to the rest of us, but on the monster side means heading straight for the hellmouth and taking the rest of us with them. Familiar? Cardinal signs are the quintessence of their element. In Aries' case, this is fire, uncomplicated stuff that is either on or off, good or bad, and can toggle from either state in a nanosecond. So it's no surprise that the Aries monster of choice is the demon, the spawn of hellfire. Although of course he would not accept it was a choice, as that would imply some sort of responsibility. A straightforward, fallen or pushed angel who meant well at the time, but somehow it all went wrong, although you have forgotten how, because you don't do detail. That's so mean, but true. Demons come in all shapes and sizes, and as an enthusiastic multitasker with a very short attention span, you have probably channeled every one of them. How does this book know that I have a very short attention span? Look who came back. Do you want to hear about Aries too? No, that doesn't concern you. You're a Leo. You don't care about anyone but yourself. It's okay, you're a cat. You can get away with that. Yes, of course. Of course. Yeah. Look who wants some attention. Please sit. Ah, purr, purr, purr. Hey, don't burn your tail, you jackass. Sit. Thank you. Are you comfortable? Can you hear him purring? Oh, cats are the best. Cheers. Dude, you're a lawnmower. I wonder if you'll still be able to hear me beyond his purring. It should be soothing though, for your headache and all. Okay. Sometimes it's enough to just be adorably impish, and other times you could come on as the Lord of the Pit with extra stench. As long as fire's involved, actually or metaphorically, you aren't fussy. Far from feeling shame, remorse, existential despair, or railing against the supreme being, manifest destiny, or your heartbreaking trailer park childhood for your behavior, you just don't notice. Introspection is not your strong suit. Neither would you claim to have been possessed and therefore unblameable for your demonic excess. You do what you do, scraping out eyeballs with a spoon, hurling victims into the pit of order, turning people inside out, etc. But you shrug, that's what demons do. So how do you manifest? usually look just like yourself, only bigger and redder. That sounds like my alter ego. Although it sometimes feels as if you've grown an extra head. Okay, that sounds a little less like my alter ego. You have more than enough energy to effect spectacular transformations if you want to. Black scales, breath of fire, etc. But it seems unnecessary finessing as far as you're concerned. Demons are normally summoned, but any Aries worth his or her pitchfork won't wait around for all that black candles and call. You go when you want to. As your demon dial is super glued to 11, and you aren't that good at judging the moment, your moment is the perpetual now. You often fail to match the demonic manifestation with the circumstances, get it wrong, and devastate a couple of continents over who moved your cheese, but go no further than a fiendish cackle when you get your pink slip. However, as you aren't the demon of consistency, no one can ever tell when and how you're going to spring from your pit to terrorize us. You like it like that. And so do you, admit it. Look, it says here, I'm the fire starter. Is there any more about Aries? Oh, here's something on the bad moon. Check this out. So, my moon is in Aquarius. Groovy demon with a great line in snappy one-liners once appeared in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and has never really got over it. I have to think for a moment, but this is kind of accurately funny. And I have cat hair on my nose. This is awesome. What's that coming over the hill? Oh, that part is about the ascendant. So my ascendant is in Sagittarius. Flaming nightmare of a demon covered in self-inflicted scorch marks, rolling red eyes, and heavy on the teeth. That does sound like my alter ego again. That's strange. Words triggers your monster. It's hard to say with Aries, but anything can set you off. Too much detail, paperwork, instructions, not being allowed to do exactly what you want, idiots not doing what you tell them. That's me! What the fuck? What traditionally happens is that you roar, lay waste with your words, curses, threats, fists, whatever weapon is on hand, fire, the sword if they are available, and in the very worst case, a tank. It's a very short rage, and you rarely remember it, but the rest of us have the afterburn to prove it. I'm sorry. I'm the ram. I can't help it. What does your demon do at work? He did not put extreme volatility to your resume, but it's your core strength. Anything can trigger the workday demon, just being at work for a start, having to do the same thing that you did yesterday again, being told what to do, instructions, a critique for your mission statement. Cal. Even Aries has to eat, so unless you're happily employed as a lion tamer, oil rigger, Red Arrow pilot, firefighter, horror movie background artist, hedge fund maverick, etc., and paid to have demonic periods, you have to channel it through cubicle wars, office Olympics, ritual defenestration of office hardware, and the occasional meltdown in the stationery cupboard. How does it know these things about me? But speaking of realms, I have to show you something. I ordered these gorgeous ear studs recently. They were really cheap and really good quality for the price. Like, do you see those little ram hats? They have red eyes. So cute. I love them. I got my girlfriend some too. Okay. Which one should we look at next? Let's look at Leo, because my Leo is a Leo. Taurus. Oh, that's Virgo. No, we don't want to go there. That's my mother. I can already tell you everything bad about Virgos. Everything wrong with them. Yeah. Leo, the Demon King. That's fitting, isn't it? Leo, the Demon King. You're a fixed fire sign. Fire's energy, creativity, a life force will play down the death force aspect. In the drama that's your life, you see yourself as Prometheus, you know, the titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity, thus becoming the great benefactor. It ended badly, but we all remember your name. Fixed signs keep everything in order, preserve the status quo. Status, a word after your own heart. So gathered around a cozy hearth, all shadows and terror kept outside the magic circle of your royal presence. We are toasty and warm, but when you roar the flames into a raging inferno that consumes us, we are simply toast. What kind of monster would give you the dramatic scope to explore your hideous side? Got to be the Demon King, what else? You're hardly going to get off the lounger to be the demon of small things now, are you? It's not so much choice, more dynastic imperative, your duty. What else have you got? A crown-sized groove in your head and an unshakable sense of unearned entitlement. That is so true. Leo always acts like he knows. He owns everything. Especially Twinkies. He owns all the Twinkies. Every time I have Twinkies, oh, he's going for them. I don't know what you guys put in these things, but my cat is now addicted to it. It's got to be the whole deal. Oversized horns, rod of power, iron crown, crimson cape. Your moves suffused by the red glow of eternal flames, groveling minions, and your own dressing room. After a Demon King's scenery-devouring performance, are you contrite? Hell no. Never apologize, never explain. Righteous anger deserves righteous expression, and you can't be angry any other way, as you're never wrong. Anything that happens when you're channeling the Demon King is legitimate. You have no responsibility, the role is bigger than the actor. You could blame the heavy weight of kingship taking its toll, but that would be you trying out a new bit of stagecraft. Pathos with dignity, darling. Well, I don't know what Leo's moon and rising signs are. We don't know exactly when he was born, so I'm just gonna skip the rest. All of this looks so interesting. It's getting really late. I mean early. I mean late in the morning. So let's look at one of my favorite signs, Pisces. I really get along with Pisces. I love them. They're so submissive. Pisces, the sea werewolf. You're a mutable water sign. Mutable signs are the ones that either destroy everyone else's hard work and mess everything up, or break up tired, oppressive old systems so that fresh, new oppressive systems can be built, or both. Change and chaos, the Pisces house cocktail. Water is the element of the emotions, powerful, unpredictable, uplifting, destructive, and very difficult to nail to the wall. And you Pisces are splashing about in a whole ocean of it. On calm days you go blamelessly with the flow. When a storm blows in from out of nowhere, the waters churn and boil, and hideous monsters arise from the depths to devour the unwary. I told you that Pisces contains the rest of the zodiac's used bath water, right? So identifying it in a monster isn't straightforward. The empathy junkie that sucks on everyone else's emotional scars points to vampire. The unreliable, unsubstantial fantasist could mean ghost. But the whiny self-pity, the brain fog, the flickering mood swings, the I am helpless in the claws of a cursed fate, the secret joy of tearing other people's emotional guts out, all add up to a werewolf. A sea werewolf, of course. Although this is just you bigging yourself up, as a sea werewolf is really kind of a catfish, but while let the facts ruin a perfectly fine fantasy. That is so true for Pisces. They're the biggest dreamers. Have you ever philosophized with a Pisces before? If not, you're missing out. Yeah, they can dream up some shit. Yeah, alright. Completely sober though. Fish are slippery, and when it comes to ducking and diving and planting blood-stained garments on innocent bystanders, you are the master. If caught, you don't admit to your werewolf and face up to your responsibilities. After denying the evidence of the blood and feathers around your mouth, you hold up your paws or fins, whine that you can't remember anything, that the monster takes over and forces you to do unspeakable acts against your will. Have I ever been in a situation with a Pisces like that? No, for them it's more like Pisces know when they fucked up and they apologize for it a billion times. And they're like, I'm so sorry, I know I made a mistake, but I really didn't mean to. See? Poor Pisces is being followed by a moon shadow. Oh, these sound so interesting. Would you like to borrow this when I'm done with it? Yeah, of course. I know you're curious about Scorpio. I'm sure there ain't nothing in here that I couldn't tell you about Scorpios. We all know they're evil pieces of shit. No, just kidding. Scorpios tend to really take offense to that, but they don't like to show it. Scorpios like to pretend that they're above everything, when they're actually not, and they're secretly planning your death. Are you feeling a little better? If the cat would allow me to adjust my seat, I could give you a little scalp massage. That'll hopefully fix your headache. How's this? Yeah. I always love it when people just run their fingers gently through my hair. Yeah, I have a lot of experience. I used to work at a hair salon, and this was my primary job. Maybe behind your ears a little. Alright. To the back. Does this feel good? I'm sure you'll sleep like a rock after this. Being so exhausted, and then letting all the stress go. relax. The bed is already made. Everything's prepared. Much better, isn't it? Okay. Well, go take off your makeup now, and you can go ahead and get in bed. And I'll be right with you, okay? Yeah. Thank you again for accompanying me. I've had a great time. I'm sure we'll have just as much fun tomorrow. Okay. I will leave you with the cats, and I'll be right back.